Jermall Charlo defeated Thomas LaManna via 5th round stoppage. And it was easy for Jermall Charlo to win that fight, to be honest with you. It was good for him to get a decent amount of rounds in as well. And it was very important that he was able to get the stoppage win, which he did. Look, the opponents he was up against, I mean, they could have done better, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. Lara knocked the guy out in the first round. But, yeah, I mean, he isn't really much. He's not really much of a package, is he, Thomas LaManna, if we're being completely honest after watching that. But Jermall Charlo did what he had to do. He didn't embarrass himself like a certain other person in the main event did to ruin the fight between Charlo and Plant. Jermall Charlo did what he had to do. He did his thing. He won the fight, and he was convincing in doing so. He's inactive as hell, and the talent's very clearly there to be seen, as we know. He's an absolutely fantastic boxer, Jermall Charlo is, but it's just inactivity and just a lack of discipline which has let him down in the past few years. And I hope, he can get a big fight now. The Caleb Plant fight's off because Plant bottled it. But I feel like he can get a big fight, though, Jermall Charlo. Of course he can. But because, he's probably one of the biggest names in the bloody division, of course. But, I want to see him in a big fight. And I believe he can win a big fight. 100% he can. I think for Jermall Charlo, he just dominated LaManna with the jab today and just busted him up easily. It was so easy to bust him up. I said before the fight as well, LaManna has absolutely no movement whatsoever. And I was right in that fight as well. There was no movement from LaManna whatsoever. He was just there to be hit. He was a moving punching bag, if we're being real. He was a moving punching bag in there. And you can't tell me otherwise, if we're being real. You can't tell me otherwise. Thomas LaManna was a moving punching bag in there. And, just couldn't really do anything. It was just a different level that Charlo showed him tonight. And that is what we all knew, to be honest. That is what we all knew. But, fair play to LaManna for actually lasting till the 5th round. To be fair play to him for doing that. But there was nothing really coming from him whatsoever. He was just moving about better than I thought he would. And, Charlo was still picking him off easily. He timed his moments pretty well, to be honest with you. People saying, it was a very sloppy performance. It wasn't at all. I feel like it was good after the inactivity that Charlo had. But again, you can't even tell the full level that Jermall Charlo is at right at this moment, because Thomas LaManna isn't really anyone who posed much of a threat in that fight whatsoever. And he's not really someone where you can tell what level someone like Jermall Charlo's at right now after all of his inactivity that he's had. 18 months ago, he, won a really sloppy decision against Jose Benavidez. Jermall Charlo did. And, he was getting slagged off a lot for that. But for this one, again, it's like he did what he had to do. He did his part to try and get that Caleb Plant fight going. That's what he had to do. Charlo was the one who handled business tonight. And, just did it with ease. He had the easier opponent by a mile. I think we all knew that when it first got announced that Charlo had the easier opponent. He had it very easy in this fight, in my opinion, Charlo. He had it easy in this fight. But I think, again, though, he did what had to be done. He dominated behind the jab, followed up with the backhand well. There was a nice snap on his punches, to be fair. And, was able to back LaManna up, always be on that front foot, frustrating, and make him walk onto the jab. And, I've said it, Charlo's got one of the best jabs in boxing and probably still bloody does, if we're being completely honest. He always used to. He probably still does now, if we're being real. 100% he does. It's just so accurate. It's just so dominant, and he's a good boxer with big bloody power and speed in his hands as well. Jermall Charlo, he is a boxer who is one of the full packages, to be honest with you. But right now, what level is he fully able to work at? Because look, if I'm being real as well, before tonight, I was saying, Caleb Plant probably beats Jermall Charlo. That's what I was saying. But no, I mean, that wouldn't be the bloody case now after watching Caleb Plant's shockery tonight, honestly. But I think for Jermall Charlo, again, we don't know what level he's at, but, he needs a big fight next. It's as simple as that. We don't fully know the level that Jermall Charlo's at right now because of how inactive he's been and the level of opponent that he's been fighting since, he has came back. I mean, who would I want to see Jermall Charlo in there with now? I mean, if we're looking at... I reckon he could possibly, if we're looking at 168, we're looking at 168, not 160. We're looking at 168. I reckon we could see him fight Mbile possibly if they do that fight. I reckon we could see him fight the winner of Belanga and Shiraz. If that's not the case and we look at 160, then what is there to do other than not give him a title shot, though? If we look at 160, you probably do give Jermall Charlo a title shot. What else is there you can actually do with Jermall Charlo? Do you give him Adames? Do you give him Lara? Do you give him Yanni Beck? I mean, if I'm Charlo, I feel like the better opportunities are still definitely at 160 than they are at 168 now, 100%. So I do think that is what Charlo should do. Fight Adames, Lara, or Yanni Beck, chase a title shot. There's no point in him fighting any of these contenders. I mean, if you look at these top contenders, you've got Denzel Bentley, you've got Hernandez, who, let's be real, he's only 8-0. Charlo's got way more experience than him. He had a good performance tonight against Davis, but no, that Charlo and Hernandez can't happen. But I do think the better opportunities for Charlo are at 168, though. I can't see him fighting at 160. Sorry, I can't see him fighting Canelo at 168 or anything. But yeah, it's a shame that Plant bottled the fight. But again, Charlo did his thing and he handled business.